This is interesting and worth talking about. Apparently, Yumi's gonna get reworked. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, Yumi. Oh, I had the wrong thing. I had some content creators' reaction to it. Basically, Yumi has been the bane of players' existence for a while. Like, she's one of the champions that's actually that the player base has been asking to change or remove. I don't think I've ever seen a champion in the history of this game that has been like, people have legitimately been like, remove this champion. I don't think that's ever happened. And I think Yumi is, if I could say it out loud, I think I would say the same. I think I would say the same exact thing. I think I would say the same shit. I think I would say remove this bitch, you know? She's too easy to play. So basically this champion has been the champion that most players have wanted removed. And I kind of agree. I don't really like the design of Yumi is so crap. It's so bad. It's kind of painful. And so, the counter argument would be, and this is basically what Riot says in this, there was a quote in here. It says, "We believe that Yumi has a key spot on the league roster when she's positioned as a champion like Garen, Annie, and Sona, who were designed to help introduce players to Summoner's Rift. These champions play a vital role helping players learn League of Legends and have a low barrier to entry. On the other hand, these types of champions also have lower skill ceilings and get weaker in optimized and pro play." So, I mean, obviously that's not the case. In the case of Yumi, it just removes, it removes a whole element. I don't even think what they're saying here is completely fair. I think I hate when people talk out of both ends. Like Garen, Annie, and Sona. These are easy champions, yes, for sure. But like they all do one thing, which is they allow players, like you're allowed to move. Like movement around the game is like a requirement. Like you have to move a champion around. The fact that someone can virtually just like AFK is pretty embarrassing. It's such an obvious attempt to grab female gamers. It's such an obvious attempt. Like I'm sorry. I'm just gonna call a spade here. It's such an obvious attempt to grab people who just are, who really aren't that interested in League, and to basically give them a way to play the game. I don't even know how else to say it, because there's just no world where this champion exists otherwise. They're after a market, right? And like I said, just call it what it is. The reason why I'm saying this is because if they were truly interested in getting newer players into the game, I wouldn't have a job. I'm gonna say that again. I guess I'm probably being too real this morning. I don't know. I got a lot of sleep last night, so maybe I am I'm well rested and it sounds like I'm mad. I'm not. It's just facts. Like if they were truly interested in getting players into the game of League of Legends, then I wouldn't have a job. I have a job. No, they're not that interested in getting new players into League of Legends. It's the same reason why, you know, all these people that have been bitching about my coaching, it seems, you know, against all odds, I'm still doing coaching. It's because there's no one really teaching newer players, dude. No one wants to teach them. And Riot doesn't want to design anything for the newer players. In defense of Riot, a part of that is it's kind of hard to teach the game, and the people that would be qualified to teach the game would have to be at least I would imagine like platinum, at least at Riot Games, right? That if you're actively working, you have to be at least at platinum to get people to like, to be able to understand and like conceptualize, frame it up for somebody, right? I think that it's pretty telling. I think it's pretty telling overall. where the game's at when, you know, there's no tutorial still, no real tutorial. There's no explanation on like how to play anywhere in the game. If I go to Dota, which we've done, there has been tutorials. There's been a way to get a coach right on the client for cheap. There's been videos. There's even been I think there was like a community made tutorial of some kind, I think. But I mean, just like I said, call it what it is. You know, they're trying to cut corners instead of do the thing that they should be doing with their game, which is adding in a real way to teach people the game. I'm going to be mentioning this a lot in videos too, going forward. My experience here playing in Korea on a fresh account and kind of like, you know, having to do the leveling process and then do the Smurf queue and then play through Diamond and do all this shit. I'm also going to say that until the ladder is hard reset and the Smurf palette is cleansed a bit, like the Thanos snap, I also don't think that that's very good for the game either. And I say this as a guy that had a lot of accounts on NA. I think that that's a huge problem. I'm seeing it in my games. You're incentivized to make new accounts. Right now, if I made a new account and played on Korea from start with my newfound, you know, now that I'm warmed up and I'm playing the champions and I figured out my play style and everything, it would absolutely be faster for me to make a new account than to play on the one that I'm playing on right now. And that's what people do. I'm going to try not to do that for the next few months. But if I get hung up and it's still the same way, I'm absolutely going to do that because that's what everybody else is doing. The reality is, until new play, since you could jump into a random silver, gold, platinum, whatever account and ruin people's games with impunity, it ruins the ranked experience for people that are actually in those elos too. So that's something else to think about. Until this stuff is changed, tutorials are added, ways to teach the players, I'm always going to look at Yumi as some way to get, like I said, to get female players on board with the game. And so they're saying that they're going to rework it and give you options for more counterplay. Just make her useless. Just make her useless beyond platinum, dude. I mean, it's so easy. Like, you can't have a champion where there's no positional practice whatsoever. It's just ridiculous. You understand? It's just a ridiculous notion. In my opinion, in my humble niece opinion, at least that's how I think about it. What do you guys think, chat? Subs, what do you guys think about Yumi? Should she stay? Should she go? Is she allowed? What do y'all have to say for yourselves? I don't think I'm gonna queue yet. I think I'm gonna wait. Anything else? Oh, this is my favorite shit. I love reading these. The impact, the 12-23 impact. Oh, hold on. Someone in chat. Yumi should stay? Like, Yumi should stay in the game, JFrag? That's how you feel? Tiago, I returned to law this year, left 2018. I was completely lost. Many other games, mechanics, return player, execute, and burn Yummy. True. What else? I think there should be skill to play Yumi. There's absolutely no chance skill pressure other than base limit. Yeah, I think that I think when all is said and done, I think the champion is unfortunately impossible to, in her current state, is impossible to make feel great. The people playing against it. Dude, if you're getting beat by it, it feels awful. Let's face it. The guy didn't position. Like, how else you gonna frame it? It's like you get beat by Yumi, you're like, this person didn't even position right. They just didn't. Let's see here. Ugh. Might be able to get Kindred in this game. If Kindred's banned again, I might be stuck.